sweetie. Whereabouts are you? Are you on your way home from work yet? Only, I can't help but have a massive craving for some watermelon. It would honestly be so nice right now that I would be forever in your debt if you could get me one. LOL.
Yeah, I'm about to leave work. I'll pick you one up on the way home.
Oh, thank you. Me and Miss Bump here thank you greatly and love you lots. We don't know what we would do without you. LOL.
Uh-huh.
Can you believe that we are literally only weeks away from being parents? It's crazy. I'm honestly freaking out a little bit because I feel like I have no clue what to do when the baby is born. I've been reading all of these birthing books and all about how to look after a baby, but I still feel like I'm underprepared. Like I'm forgetting something, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's definitely scary.
Tell me about it. I don't know how I'm going to be when I actually go into labor. All that blood and pain and crying. It's going to be a nightmare.
Blood?
Yeah, and then after that is when the actually hard part starts. We'll have to look after and care for an actual baby. An actual tiny human being will be relying on us to get it to adulthood in one piece. I don't know how I've managed to do that myself, let alone getting a baby there. LOL. But the worst part will be the nappies. They are going to be awful. Good job I've got you to help me out there, huh?
That's where you're wrong.
Huh?
I draw the line at changing nappies. I'm definitely not going to be doing that. It's your job. You're the mom, so you have to change all the diapers.
I was just having a joke with you before, but there's no chance that I'm going to be the only one changing our daughter's diapers. You're going to have to do it too, you know.
No way. I'm not changing smelly, messy diapers. It's not happening.
So what are you going to do when you're watching our daughter and she fills her nappy? Huh? You can't just leave her in a dirty nappy, as that's how she'll get nappy rash. She'll need changing and you'll have to do it.
I'll just ask someone else to do it.
You can't ask a random stranger to look after our daughter and change her nappy. You are her father, so you'll have to take responsibility and do it yourself.
Well, tough. I'm not gonna do it. I'm also not gonna be getting up in the middle of the night if she wakes up screaming and crying.
And why is that?
Because I'm a very important and busy man, and I won't have time to look after a screaming child for hours on end in the middle of the night. You'll have to make her be quiet and relatively quickly so that I don't lose too much sleep.
Okay, from the looks of things, we really need to have a good long chat about what it means to be a parent. Obviously, you think that you can just lump all of the chores and difficult aspects of raising a baby onto me and me alone. I can't be the only one taking care of our daughter. You're going to have to help out too.
I do help out, and I get the money, I'm the one who works, and make sure we actually have a roof over our heads, and four walls to stay in. Without me, you'd be destitute on the streets.
That's not true at all. Before getting pregnant, I was working a really well-paying job, and I had a lot of options to progress in my chosen career. However, I decided to have this baby with you when I found out that I was pregnant, because I love you, and I want to start a family with you. I thought you loved me as well, but with how you're talking, it doesn't sound too true at the moment.
No, don't overreact. I love you, you know I do, but I didn't choose to have this baby. You did. You want it, then you have to look after it. I can't be doing that as well as working. I'll have no time for myself if I do all of that.
So, when am I supposed to have time for myself if I've got a baby to look after full-time and no husband to help me out with things?
As the mom, you don't get time for yourself. You've got a baby to look after.
Do you even hear yourself right now? You sound so selfish and conceited.
Whatever, I'm just telling you the fact of the matter, and that is that you're the one who needs to stay home and take care of the baby whilst I can do whatever I want.
Oh, that is so not happening.
I've got to go. I need to actually start driving home so that I'm not stuck at work all night, okay?
Fine, but this conversation is so not over.
Uh-huh, sure, whatever. See you soon.
Bye. Sean, where are you? You were supposed to finish work ages ago. How come you're not back yet? Nothing's happened, has it? You're okay, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, about that. I decided that I didn't really feel like dealing with a pregnant you, especially considering that I have to go to work tomorrow, so I've decided not to come home tonight.
What? Please tell me you're joking. You can't just ditch me.
No, I'm not joking. I'm not coming home tonight. And I don't know if I'll come back at all these next few weeks whilst you're getting ready to have the baby. I don't want to have to deal with a heavily pregnant wife whilst trying to work as well. It's just way too exhausting.
Well, where are you then?
I'm just at my mom's house.
Seriously?
Yeah, oh, and she totally agrees with me, by the way. She thinks that it's kind of rude of you to demand that I help out with all the cleaning and stuff with the baby when it's born, when I've been at work all day. She said that considering you're the wife, and that you should be the one to cook and clean and look after the baby. I shouldn't have to do a woman's work, to be honest.
Woman's work? What on earth are you on about? Taking care of a house is not woman's work. If two people live in it, like we do, then it's up to both members of the couple to keep it clean and tidy and looking nice. And that goes double for looking after a baby. I'm really going to need your help and support when our daughter arrives, which will include tidying up any mess that she makes or helping me with the housework when it arises. Besides, it's not even like you're the only one who works. I'd understand and take a bit more responsibility if I was a stay-at-home wife who had time to clean and stuff during the day. But the fact of the matter is, I have a job too. I might be on maternity leave at the minute, but that doesn't make my work any less important than yours.
Well, whatever. I'm tired and stressed, and all I want to do is have a nice, relaxing evening after work. I knew if I came home, then I wouldn't be able to do that, as you just keep nagging me over and over again to look through the baby books again and to plan out how I'm going to help take care of the baby. It's annoying, and I've seriously had enough of it.
Seriously? Having a baby is annoying to you? Well, I can't wait to see how you behave when she's actually born.
Look, I'm done talking about this. I'm staying at my mom's tonight, so don't bother coming to get me. Got it?
Fine then. And don't worry. I wasn't going to beg you for anything. Not anymore. I can clearly see what you think of me and our baby, and that you're not going to help me anyway.
Well, who knows? Maybe if you beg me to come back home and apologize for how you've been acting, I might do so.
What do you mean, beg you to come home?
I mean exactly what I said. If you actually apologize for being a demanding and frankly annoying wife, then I might consider coming back home tonight. Or at the very least, I won't stay at my mom's house until the baby's born. After all, I would like to sleep in my bed again before then. It's much more comfortable.
Hang on a minute. You mean to tell me that you want me to turn around and beg for you to come home? And on top of that, you want me to apologize for telling you that you have to take care of our daughter?
Well, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, what kind of wife goes on and on and on about her husband needing to help her out? You honestly make yourself sound like an incapable toddler. Can you seriously not do anything for yourself?
I'm the incapable one? Says the man who gets into a huff when he has to iron his own shirt.
That's women's work.
You know what? I don't want you coming home tonight after all. I seriously can't deal with your ridiculous and selfish behavior. I have other things to worry about instead. Stay at your mom's house because this door is going to be locked for the rest of the night.
Fine then, I will.
Great.
So, have you thought about how you were acting yesterday? Are you ready to apologize?
Apologize for what?
You know what. Look, just kneel down and seek my forgiveness. If you actually do it, I'll be laughing all the way home.
You've lost your home. It's gone.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I don't want you coming back at all.
Hang on, but why not?
Well, let's face it. You've made it very clear that you don't want to help me with the baby when she's born, so you can stay where you are. I don't need some useless and lazy person getting in my way when I'm trying to take care of a newborn baby. I mean, I'll have one helpless child to look after and make sure nothing bad happens to them. I can't be dealing with looking after a selfish toddler as well.
Look, it's like I said, all you have to do is just beg me to come back home, and I might consider coming back and maybe helping with some things, like holding her every now and then. All you have to do is swallow your pride and apologize.
I have absolutely nothing to apologize for. And the fact that you're trying to blackmail me into saying I'm sorry for no reason whatsoever just shows what your true character actually is.
Huh? What do you mean?
You're nothing but a selfish, sexist, and horrible little man who, apparently, can't feel good about himself unless he's trying to force his pregnant wife to beg him to come back home and help her out with the baby that they are only weeks away from having together.
But this isn't fair. You should listen to your husband when he tells you to do something.
Are you really being this petty right now? You're getting angry and annoyed at me simply because I won't beg you to come home?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the man of this relationship, not you. I don't want to be shown up and made to feel emasculated. You need to just do what I tell you when I tell you to do it. That's what a good little housewife would do.
Okay, 1, that's incredibly sexist. And 2, I'm not a housewife. I have a job. I am just on maternity leave.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Wow, good comeback.
Yeah, look, if you don't do what I say right now, then there will be consequences.
Consequences? What are those then?
Well, you'll just have to wait and see. Of course, if you do what I tell you to, then you won't have to deal with them.
Uh-huh. Well, whilst you think up some consequences, I'm going to get back to baby-proofing the house and setting up my daughter's nursery.
Duh, why can't you just be a good little housewife and do what I say? How hard is it to listen to your husband? Stop being so disobedient.
Disobedient? Where on earth has all of this come from? You weren't this sexist and crazy when we first got married.
Yeah, well, this is who I am now. Deal with it.
And this is the kind of dad that you're going to be to our daughter? Crazy and sexist and selfish? Trying to teach her that she's less than boys and men simply because she's a girl?
What I teach my daughter is up to me. Now, are you gonna beg me to come home like I told you to?
No.
Well then, I guess you'll just have to raise the baby yourself then. You could have saved yourself the trouble if you just done what I told you to. But you're simply too stubborn for your own good. I'm gonna go and relax now then. My mom has made me a nice dinner and I'm gonna just watch some TV and go to bed. What are you gonna do? Stay up all night working on the nursery and reading baby books all by yourself? It's not very attractive, you know. We'll have to have a proper conversation about all this when I get back.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Hey, there's no need to be so grumpy. This is all your fault anyway.
Okay.
I'm going now. Okay, very well. Delilah, where have you gone? Why aren't you home? And why can't I get into the house? My key isn't working. What have you done to the locks?
Oh, Sean. You finally decided to go home, I see? Well, I say home. It's just a house for you now, for all intents and purposes. It's not your home anymore.
That's exactly what I'm on about. What have you done? Why can't I get into the house?
Well, I've changed the locks. That's why.
Huh? What do you mean you've changed the locks? Why?
The house is mine. That's why.
What are you on about? The house isn't yours. I'm the man, so the house is mine.
Actually, it isn't. Do you remember when we were first looking for a house to buy? You were on minimum wage at the time, having just started your new job. So we decided, or well, more like you forced me to put the mortgage in my name, as I was earning more than you. You didn't want to deal with the payments, but you didn't care if I had to. So, yeah. So it turns out that I'm the one who gets to decide who lives in my house, not you.
Hang on, but that's not fair. I live there too. I should get a say in what happens to it.
Actually, you don't live here anymore.
Look, you and I are gonna have a proper chat about what you can and can't do. You're getting way too used to just doing whatever you want, and it's not a good trait for a woman to have. You need to get used to doing what I tell you to as your husband. I can't have you teaching things like this to our daughter.
Actually, no. I'm never going to have a conversation with you ever again.
What do you mean?
I've filed for divorce. I've actually only just got back from my attorney's office this morning.
What? No way, I won't give you one.
It's too late. I've already contacted some lawyers and they are more than happy to represent me in court if it comes to it.
I can't believe you're doing this to me. How selfish can you get?
I'm not being selfish. I've just finally realized the type of person you are. And let me tell you, it's not someone I want to be with. I don't want a husband who is constantly belittling me and telling me that I can't do something just because I'm a woman. I deserve so much better than that. And I'm certainly not going to let you teach my daughter that she's less than a man. She's so much more than that.
Fine then, if that's the way you want to be, then I'll divorce you and I'll take full custody of the baby too.
No, you won't. I've already spoken to my lawyers about this, as I knew that you'd try to pull a stunt like this, and they've said that due to all of the evidence of your clear lack of interest and care towards my daughter, they'll be able to make sure that I get full custody, not you.
What?
Yep. So I'm going to continue living in my house and getting ready for the arrival of my daughter. As for you, I don't care what you do, as long as you're nowhere near me.
You absolute witch! This isn't how things are supposed to go!
Well, until you learn how to be a proper man, one who respects women, I don't think you'll be finding things going your way for quite a long time. Anyway, the divorce papers will be with you soon. I've got to go now, because I've got quite a few things left to get ready for my baby girl. See ya.
You've really done it this time, Delilah. Just you wait. I'll show you! Delilah?
I divorced Sean in the end. He tried to fight it at first, but after the judge saw how he had been treating me and how he was so disregarding of his unborn daughter, he sided with me in the end and gave me the divorce. I've since had my baby girl, who I decided to name Hope, and we have been living happily together for the last few months. It's quite hard being a single mother, but it's also incredibly rewarding, and I love every moment that I get to spend with my daughter. Last I heard, Sean ended up moving back in with his mom after I kicked him out. Also, with his new sexist attitude, he's not had any chance with relationships. Who knew that women didn't like to be treated like an object in the 1950s? Well, I mean probably everyone apart from Sean. But if he's rejected enough, maybe he'll eventually learn that times have changed, and he needs to as well if he wants to have any success in life.